how about that fight? I mean, wow. That was a great, great fight. Well, not really. Come on. It wasn't a great fight. Anthony Joshua, first round knocked him down. Second round knocked him down, then really knocked him down, and he went back on his. It was not pretty. Listen, look at this pick. Oish, oish. I was trying to get the picture on, and I had it for a second on my feed, and then it was gone, and now it is not there. But that's okay. I was doing a show earlier, and I forgot that the fight was on today. Like, I didn't even know the show was on today, and I was like, wait a minute. I thought I got today and tomorrow, and then Key from Company Jace was like, wait a minute, it's not until 2 a.m. I said, dude, that's in Saudi Arabia. So the fight didn't go on until after 3 a.m. Ngannou, with his boxing, he keeps the hands and he does that tap, which works in MMA, but he was, Joshua had him like on his fakes. He was taking it, and he just got, I was talking to PBM, Mike from Company Jace too. Big MMA fan. He's not a big boxing fan, he said. And he said, well, I'm not paying for boxing. And I'm like, well, I'm not paying for boxing. Well, I wasn't paying for it exactly, but I knew what he meant. And people say I'm not paying for these fights. They're so goddamn expensive, which I agree. He got him in the first round, got up Ngannou, and just, I didn't know. I didn't know if he was in that bad shape. He really didn't get any punches in the fight. And then the second one, he got popped. And the last one, we were saying, Mike was saying, and Josh was saying, the way he went back on his knee kind of snap back was not pretty at all. Not pretty at all. And, I'm watching the Knick game. They're up 20 with 9 minutes left. Why the fuck is Hart? Why is everybody out there? Why the fuck is everybody out there? Why does he have to play everybody all these goddamn minutes? You're up 22 with 9 minutes left. And Tibbs just doesn't know anything about, giving guys time off. I don't get it. I just don't. I feel like, it's scary shit, man. I got to be honest with you. I feel like they're winning by so much now and Brunson went down, and Brunson doesn't get a lot of foul calls. He got rocked. He was on the ground like 5 times. They've 0-3 against the Magic this year. Brunson back in the lineup after missing, I think, 2 games? And they got the win, man, today. I mean, I don't think they're going to lose this game, but up by 22 with 9:04 left. I don't think that game is. Yeah, I don't think they're coming back. And even after the win today, Anthony Joshua wasn't even celebrating. He was all business. He's lost to Usyk. He really wants to fight Fury. Tyson Fury said before the fight he thought it'd go 1 round, and afterwards Joshua said to Fury, he said, "Hey man, don't give up. Don't give up on boxing." I mean, the money he's made, and when I was telling Mike about that was, Mike said he made more in the Tyson Fury fight, which everybody thought he won, than he made in his whole career in MMA. And I mean, the money's more there. He's a big guy, 272, but he's not a boxer. I mean, in boxing, MMA is different than boxing when you're just using your hands. And Joshua has the power, and the power came today, and he kicked his ass. And we'll see what happens next time. And there was a fight before, Parker versus Zhang. I'll tell you, the guy Zhang had knocked him down twice and lost on a decision. One of the judges had it as a draw, and one judge had it 150-111. And Zhang didn't get any punches off in the last round. Didn't throw a punch in the last. Like, he was totally gassed. And there's a rematch clause, so they have to fight again. And I'm thinking, if this is the best heavyweights out there, or some of the best, because I think he won the WBO for that fight, Parker, I'm not impressed at all. I mean, that's the thing. I think there's a dearth of talent. You know what? Interestingly enough, I was talking to Mike today about who in your prime you think was better, Tyson or Foreman. Now, I think Tyson was, at 20, he was heavyweight champ. I mean, doing things nobody did. But did he fight any great fighters for that? To get there, it's a good question. I mean, Foreman for the best of the best. And then he lost in the Rumble in the Jungle. That fight against Frazier, comes back as an older fighter and wins the heavyweight title again in brawl. I mean, they both had tremendous punching power, but I just feel that Foreman was so much bigger. Tyson was a small heavyweight, height-wise. That, you know what? I think at the height of their, I would have liked to seen it. I didn't get to see Foreman really fight. I've just seen highlights. And then I saw him come back, make a couple. He's broke. Came back to fight because he needed the money, and then made more money than God with that Foreman grill and all that stuff. And Larry Johnson's the game today. Oh, congrats to him. Wendy Johnson. Wendy Weston, I guess she got a jersey with Larry Johnson. Looks pretty good. A little dapper. But yeah, what was I going to say? Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. And even I was talking to, who was I talking? I was just talking to on the, talking on Instagram to blanking on his name, and I don't want to, I see his name, Pito. That's his name. Pito's on his, on his Instagram. So I was trying to find that right now. Yeah. Looks, yeah. I was showing. Oh my God. Michigan sent me this today from Nugget. Science says couples that fart together are happier, healthier, and stay together longer. Well, if that's the case, Michigan and I will never, ever break up. Yeah, Felix was talking about his dad about boxing, and he said his dad, who I said, well, who's your dad's favorite fighters? And he told me that his dad's favorite fighter, I'm trying to find it right here, Felix. We were talking about Roy Jones because there's a video of Tyson training. And he said that video is from 4 years ago when he was getting ready for Roy Jones. Now, he's going to be 57, but he said, Tyson is a professional. He's going to come in. He's not going to be sloppy for the fight. He's going to get in the best shape he can for the fight. But his punching power, you can't mess with. That's what I was talking about with Mike. Punching power is punching power. And we both agree that Tyson and Foreman have tremendous punching power. So I asked, Felix today, he talked about his dad got him when he was young, like 9 or 10 when he remembers Tyson. Wilfredo Gomez, who won 32 straight fights by knockout. 32 straight. I mean, he's loved Marvin Hagler. Everybody loved Tino Trinidad from Puerto Rico. Everybody. And I remember Salvador Sanchez, who actually beat Gomez. And he said, well, he got killed in a car crash. He goes, a few weeks after beating Azuma Nelson. But I remember Salvador Sanchez was a hell of a fighter. And then I remember he was driving a Porsche, I remember, and got killed in a car crash. But I feel like, even Hagler, Leonard, and I loved Leonard, but Leonard, fought the last, 20, 30 seconds of the round and stalled those rounds against Hagler. I don't know if he really won it. I still remember I saw that on closed circuit at Menon Arena in West Orange. I went with my father to William Patterson College to watch at the William Patterson, we watched the Tyson Spinks. People were getting souvenirs coming in and they're like, it's over. And then there were fights inside of the ring. I mean, in the parking lot. And my father was like, we got to get the fuck out of here. But that's what, it's changed. I mean, you have to have an MMA fighter fight a real boxer. And maybe that's why Joshua didn't celebrate, because I'm like, if I lose, I gain nothing. If I win, I gain nothing, because I should beat a guy who's only had one fight, one professional fight. Now, I think Ngannou is going to fight again, but, 37? I mean, well, you look at the heavyweights out there, I'm not impressed with any of them. Maybe Wilder will fight him next, because Wilder needs to get a good fight under his belt. So Wilder fights him. If he gets a knockout, then he's back in the picture. I mean, I don't know if Ngannou puts you back in the picture. So I'm not 100% sure on that front. But, it is what it is. And crazy time, right? I mean, it is what it is. I just don't feel like boxing's the same. I think the lower divisions, yes, there's some good fighters. But, and when Ryan Garcia, he was with I love this, an OnlyFans model. Like, that's a model. You're a porn actress. Let's put a porn actress, because if she's showing her body off, then it's a porn actress. Like, somebody was telling me today, somebody got a massage, and it's a gay client, and he was saying how someone told a story about somebody else that somebody they knew was getting a massage and a happy ending, and this guy came over for massages. I go, if you're getting a happy ending, that's basically a prostitute. I'm sorry. Someone comes over and says they're giving you a massage and they give you a happy ending. That's a prostitute. Let's just call it what it is. And like an OnlyFans model. She's putting her body up there to make money. She's not a model. She can call herself whatever she wants. She is soliciting. She's showing pictures of herself in probably more provocative pictures than not. She is I'd say she's a porn actress. That's me. Come after me, say what you want, but that's what I feel on that front. Yeah, James Dolan reportedly didn't want the Rangers to trade a first-round pick, since draft is at the Sphere in Vegas this summer. So I asked, they didn't do a lot of trades. Now, Ari is my Ranger guy. Tommy too. I want to get Tommy on, but it seems like it is late at night, 9:30, and everybody's doing their thing, which is all right. But I wanted to get a show. Tomorrow I'm going to have on, which I'm very excited about. Tomorrow I am having on I am having on Jack Brenthall. Jack Brenthall is a NFL draft contributor for a couple of sites, and he is in Liverpool, England, and he is coming on tomorrow to talk the NFL draft. I said I want to talk about NFL draft. We'll talk about the quarterbacks, any sleepers, how he got into the business, all that kind of stuff. So he said he is coming on tomorrow, 5 o'clock Eastern time, and I'm excited to get him on to talk football. So he's on tomorrow. Very excited about that. But I asked Ari about the trade deadline, which ended, and Ari said to me. So I said, "Well, what do you think?" He said to me, what did he say to me? Yeah, So I asked him, Rangers. I said, Rangers got a minor leaguer. Yes, they traded for a guy just to shore up the AHL roster. They don't have a playoff. They have a playoff team down there. I said, why would they do that? He goes, they added a depth defensive man. Loved it because he was really good when he was younger, and that guy was Nick Baton. I said, oh, okay. He said he will play with Othman or Berard in the playoffs, AHL playoffs. Low draft pick to ensure good defensive depth. He said it's a good trade. And we will see if then they brought in Roslovic. I want to make sure I get this right. Jack Roslovic from the Blue Jackets for a 4th-round pick. It will be a 3rd-round selection if the Rangers reach the Stanley Cup Finals. He's 27. Roslovic. He played. He was acquired by the Blue Jackets along with star winger Patrick Lane from the Jets in exchange for Pierre-Luc Dubois and a draft pick in January 2021. 6'1", 51 goals, 146 points for 4 seasons, and his 6 goals, 23 assists in 40 games. He's in the second year of a 2-year, $8 million deal with a $4 million cap. Oh, and he's an unrestricted. So basically, it's a wash. And yeah, interesting. All right. So they get him. So I asked him about that, and he said it stinks not to get a big fish, but a rental sometimes isn't worth the price. He said Vegas circumventing the cap is really smart. A lot of good teams in the West. Glad we play in the East. He said you don't make a big trade just to make it. Oh, and so he said Roslovic will be in the 3rd or 1st line. He said Lafreniere is in line 2. Kako has been good on the 3rd line. Mika and Creeds need someone to help. So it's either Kako or Roslovic. And so he said Patan will help young players in the AHL playoffs. I hope Patan never has to play a game for the Rangers. I'm happy they made that trade. All the trades I'm happy they happen. I wish they got a big fish, but if the asking price was too high, I'm glad we didn't screw ourselves out of picks or good prospects. That's what he was saying to me. And I said, what about the rumor of Dolan, wanted to do a big trade, didn't want to do one because of the draft of the Sphere. And then he put some funny things, says, the biometric testing that, he doesn't want to piss off Dolan about that. I thought that was funny. And I said, Trouba is out 2 to 3 weeks. Trouba. And he said to me, I have faith. And Zach Jones has been a healthy scratch. He said, will come in. He's just next man up. Like for the Knicks, next man up. Listen, you get guys playing and you hope guys can step up. And Achua has played well. And, the Knicks are playing good. I mean, listen, come on. You got an NBA team with 70 points with 3:47 left in the game. I would say that's pretty goddamn phenomenal defense. Yeah, they can't hit a shot. Knicks are going to hold on for this one. So so thank you, Ari, for that. I thought that was great. Thanks for, giving me your hockey stuff. I was getting hockey stuff for you. It makes me very happy. And I'm glad he's going out for sushi with Sam tonight. He said he's coming on the show Sunday. Gumbo Chef has a family friend whose son plays. Wow. Hart just got a rebound dunk. Look at him going to the crowd. Yeah, Hart, man, they're going crazy. Damn. That guy has hops. Holy shit. He got way up there. Holy shit, did he get high up? I was like, wow. Dude, and he loves the show. Why not in New York? Yeah, he missed a 3. 1 bounce off the rim backboard, and Hart's right there to just make it happen. Yeah, and I'll tell you, if you you know what it was? Like the picture I have up of Ngannou going down was ugly. The way his knee went backwards, not pretty. Not pretty at all. No, not pretty at all. So, yeah. Knicks are winning. That's all you can ask for. Now this is from James. James, I had on the show. He's part of company of Jace. He was great in the show. So was Saul. Saul was great. I love having Saul, Kevin, whatever. I just love. I'm realizing I love having people on more and more, which you should. You know, it's someone to bounce stuff off and whatever. I thought tonight maybe Michigan's out of town now for 10 days, so I'm going to try to do as many shows as I can. Everybody wants to come on. Yankees recap is coming on. I want Bumbles to come on. I'm hoping he'll come on. Maybe Gumbo Chef will come on, do a show. We'll see what happens. So John Cheney would not be happy. Alleged match. They called it. I used to call it match fixing. It's point shaving is the thing I used to know, but match saving. They said at Temple, Dan Connolly. I saw this on Twitter, and James got this to me too. That Temple hosted UAB Thursday night. 124. The spread was UAB by 2.5. An hour and 5 minutes later was up to 8 points for UAB, unheard of without meaningful news or injuries. Temple coach Adam Fisher in his first year at Temple. So Temple came to the game 11-18. UAB came in at 18-11. They caught attention of U.S. integrity, alerted casinos, game flagged for unusual activity for Pat Forte, which is not good. That is not good. So UAB ends up winning the game 100-72. So they easily cover the spread. Pre-game odds, somebody must have messed up and didn't cover their tracks enough. Time will tell what happens. Now we see sports betting and sports intersecting. And someone even said one athlete at USC was saying that he was offered $300,000 by a mobster to throw a game, and he says they do it every game in the SEC. They said there's always that they're fixing games everywhere. Well, listen, the money is high. They got NLL money. You would think they wouldn't do that, but kids are dumb. I mean, they figure it's a couple of points here and there, but you don't want to mess with the integrity of the game. So, interestingly enough, Temple was out-rebounded 41-19 by 22. That was their worst in 150 games dating back to when they were out-rebounded by 26 against Cincinnati back on January 27th, 2019. 150 games is a long time for things to, right? That seems like a long time. And, I mean, Cheney ran that school like a drill sergeant. And, they were always fun to watch. They always played hard. Cheney always looked like that voice. He's always, sounded like he lost his voice. And they were always fun to watch in Philly. And I don't know why any of these Knicks are out here. Why is all the starters out there? Why is Hart out there? Why is DiVincenzo out there? Why are all these guys out there with 2 minutes left in the fucking game? I mean, why? I don't get it. Is it because there's guys on the bench who never get to play? Good God, you're up by. Oh, now they put guys in? Are you fucking kidding me? Dude, put them in the last 5 minutes and see what, let them play. These guys bust their ass in practice. Why do we need starters out there? I know guys want to play, but man, I don't want anybody getting and they're still taking threes. Jesus. Yeah, their Hart just hit another three. Man, 96-72 with $1:20 left. But yeah, thank you so much for that. Thank you. That was really awesome. Thank you so much for that, James. It was really good stuff. UNC, they played early yesterday. The women, they lost 60-59. They are now 19-12. Are they on the outside looking in for the NCAA tournament? I don't know. I don't think they were top 25 at one point. Not now, but yeah, that to me that was a bad loss. Michigan is playing again. They beat Minnesota by 19 and 19-12. They play number 3 Indiana in the Big Ten, and in the Big Ten. Someone joined us? No. So I thought someone joined us. If they did, I don't know if they're here. It seems like somebody has joined us. Is he? Well, I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, Ari, very good. Thank you for being part of the show. Yes. I said showtime. Oh, and someone's gone. Someone was here and someone's gone. So I thought maybe that someone had joined us. They did not. Maybe didn't see it. But yeah, so Michigan in the Big Ten tournament, Ohio State got upset. Iowa blew out Penn State today. And what did I see with Caitlin Clark? Caitlin Clark did something. I think I saw that she has the most 3-pointers in Caitlin Clark. What'd she do today? Yeah, she's most threes in a season. Yeah, 95-62 win today. 164 for the year, 2 more than Curry made in his sophomore year, Davidson. And they blew him out. They blew them out. I mean, yeah, I think that was 90 points. I I remember correctly, they've had quite a number of 90-point games this season, Iowa, and Iowa moved on in the Big Ten, which is great for that. CBS wants that because they are showing the final on Sunday. So we'll see what happens there. I mean, they want the ratings, and there was a lot of Iowa fans there. A lot of Iowa fans. Yeah. So yeah. So Michigan plays tonight against Indiana. So now it's wide open. I mean, Ohio State lost one game during the regular season. Oh, twice. I'm sorry, twice. But they were the Big Ten regular season champ. I mean, they still should get a high seed. I don't think it's going to matter. Knicks are going to finally go from win a game against Orlando. Kings are up now 3. They got a steal at the end by Sabonis, and they beat the Wemby-less Spurs last night, 131-129. They're 3 up in the loss column on Golden State with a tiebreaker, 4 up on the Lakers with a tiebreaker, 36-26. They fell to 13-50. The Spurs. Nuggets yesterday. Cullum was at the game, 151-109. They won a game over the Celtics, who lost 2 in a row for the first time since November 8th, while shooting 4 for 19 from 3. And I was talking to podcast Rob, and he said the better team. 74 points allowed, fewest allowed since April 13th, 2012. Fewest allowed by any team this season. Wow. That is, they were cold. That was ugly. Ugly. Yeah, that was an ugly game. Very ugly. So, yay. Got the win. That's all we care about. The Minnesota's playing the Cavs without Karl Anthony Towns. I guess they're checking for a flagrant. Minnesota is down by 2 with 6:49 left. They're going to go to the check that. But the Nuggets yesterday, man, listen, they're 44-20. The Celtics fell to 48-15. Porzingis had 24-12. Brown had 41, tied his season high, and Jokic 32, 12, and 11, triple-double. Aaron Gordon got a dunk where I was like, holy shit. Wow. Yeah, put back dunk. Jumanji. I said, Jumanji. So Celtics, and keep this. Oh, so Kirthika Yutha Yakumar, Tuesday versus Cleveland. Jason Tatum, 2 points on 1 for 9 field goals. Last night, 5 points on 1 for 5 in the fourth quarter. He kind of disappeared. And all 7 games, that's the thing. I mean, everybody's saying Nuggets, Celtics in the finals. But, you got to play these games. We're going to see what happens in that front. I mean, time will tell. Brunson had 26-17 in the first half. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Did someone join us? Someone's going crazy next door. I think someone was here, and now they're gone. Or if they're here, I can't see them. Can't see them. Everybody's busy. That's okay. So, yeah, the Nuggets got a big win. Tatum, you got him. Fourth quarter, that's when you need him to play. And all 7 games yesterday decided by 7 points or loss. Thank you, Tim Reynolds, for that. 7 points or less. Less. Slow it down there, JD. Slow it down. Suns beat the Raptors, but quickly, 21 points, 9 rebounds, 18 assists. He scored or assisted on 66 of their 113 points. And I talked about Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas, who is back in the league, was in the G League for Salt Lake City, 32 last night. You don't think he can help a team? I think he can help a team. Yeah, LeBron is out against the Bucks today. His ankle. Elias Peterson, second fewest games by a Canucks player to reach 400 points, trailing only Pavel Bure did it in the 360. Peterson did it in 390. 25 years old, has spent his whole career with the Canucks. 30 goals, 47 assists, 77 points in 65 games. And he's the first member of the 2017 draft class to reach 400 points. So I looked up, Cal McCarr has 316 in 297 games. He's a defenseman. Jesper Pratt on the Devils, I looked him up. 452 games, 340 points. Hischer for the Devils has 333 points in 433 games. So Canucks are having a very good season. Very good season. I'm not really the hockey guy. I was going to do a bunch of the guys who got traded, but I'll tell you the truth. I need a hockey guy to talk about this because I am not knowledgeable enough. And your strengths and weaknesses, what you can talk about and what you shouldn't talk about. And that's one thing I shouldn't be talking about is hockey. I do watch more Ranger games now, so I feel I understand more stuff than I did. But all these players switching, there's so much I mean, Ari, hey, listen, you didn't give up anybody. You didn't give up draft picks, anything like that. You know, I think that's a good thing. Devils 4-1 over the Blues yesterday. Timo Meyer had a hat trick, goals 15 through 17. I don't think they're in the playoffs, but hey, Isles, James is, and I hit something. Fantastic. Yeah, I hit something, so that's the end of that. The end of that. All right. Let's move on. What are you going to do? Let's see if we can get back. Yeah, so I'm using my. Oh, there I am. I'm back. Oh, I'm back. Hey, how you doing? Hang on, we're telling you. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I have 2 new systems. I'm trying to use this stuff, and I'm not crazy about it, but yeah. So the Isles from for James. James and Mike are big Islander fans. They beat the Sharks last night, and I talked about the Sharks have been outshot by at least 10 shots a game, only by 8 yesterday. And the Islanders improved to 28-20 and 14 overtime losses. Won 5 straight, 2 points behind, out of a playoff spot. Thank you, James, for that. 5 in a row. Mike, James, keep your hopes up. Brandon Duhane from the Wild to the Avs. 62 games, 4 goals, 4 assists, 8 points. I saw that as someone to trade. I don't know enough about him, but I saw it. I was like, yeah, there's, the trades. There's so many of them. And even the guys that I'm like, who is this guy? And then you ask the guys, the team, you're like, well, that's a third, he that's depth, helps one of the lines, maybe steps up, helps the other lines. That's all it helps the guys out there. So that's interesting. I've talked about this before. Derrick Henry says he's not coming back. We'll see, to the Titans where he's going to end up. Angel sent me this from Bleacher Report that the fans at the Kansas City Miami playoff game, some people had frostbite, advised to have amputations. I'm like, really? Really? Do we? I mean, I feel like that's a little bit of horseshit. But, I just said, really? Amputation? Then what were these people? What were they shirts off or something? They knew it was freezing. They said, I was like, I think they put everything up sometimes, just get clicks. And Russell Wilson had a very long meeting with the Pittsburgh Steelers. One of the guys that I follow on Twitter said that they are, that they're going to try to keep him there as long, and maybe he'll sign. He met with the Giants, reportedly. I mean, I guess we're going to see what happens. Where Russell Wilson ends up. I heard that the Kev's not going to be happy, but the Raiders have interest, so I guess we're going to see on that front. Steelers released wide receiver Allen Robinson, the second, saved $10 million versus the cap. They also released Patrick Peterson, 8-time Pro Bowler, who's going to be 34, but still, hey, listen, 42 tackles, 34 solo, 2 interceptions, 11 pass defense. Guy still can ball. Still can ball. He's going to help somebody. And Raiders cut Brian Hoyer, who played 3 games too many last season for the Raiders. I don't know how this guy's still in the league. I'm sorry. I know you need a backup, but that's not a backup. And Hunter Henry, 3 years up to $30 million, resigns with the Pats. 42 catches, 419, and 6 touchdowns last year with New England. I like Hunter Henry. I like him a lot. I'd like to see what happens on that front. Mike Hart is out as running back coach at Michigan. I wanted to ask Milton what he thought about that, because I was kind of interested. Today is International Women's Day. Michigan had an event at her office today. I thought that was cool. Talking baseball. Thank you, Angel, for this one, too. So you can't block the base with your foot or knee on a pickoff attempt. The base runner will be awarded an extra base. What do you guys think about that? So you can't really block and do. I mean, what do you guys think about that? Do you like it? Do you not like it? I'm not. I feel like they have to be able to do something out there. So I'm not crazy about it. I feel like you got to let them play baseball too. I mean, they're catching the ball. It might be a quick throw on a pickoff attempt. They're going down. What are you supposed to do? I don't know how you keep yourself of trying to do your job and then not block the plate or something. I feel like something there, right? That's what I think. But another new rule, and Chris Young, GM of the Rangers, says unlikely they bring back Jordan Montgomery, and Drake bet $615,000 on Ngannou today, so he can afford it. And good luck on that front, because you lost your money. Bye-bye. Goodbye. Now, I thought this was crazy. How about this? Sabres, Bowen Byram is now the first defenseman acquired by Buffalo in a trade to record a goal in their debut with the Sabres since Alexei Zitnik on February 15th, 1995. That was the year I went to Edinburgh, Scotland. That's crazy. 95, almost 30 years ago. And how about Arizona? Arizona Coyotes picks over the next 3 seasons. 3 first-round picks, 10 second-round picks, 7 third-round picks, 4 fourth-round picks, 3 fifth-round picks, 6 fourth-round picks, and 3 seventh-round picks. Now, if they only had an arena and had something, because I just think Arizona's cool. I mean, they got ASU's got a hockey team now. I'm all cool. I'm cool with that. But that's a lot of draft picks. Remember OKC had all those draft picks, and the team is now young and competing. Maybe Arizona can bring a championship to Arizona. Maybe. And the Carolina was going to trade for Pittsburgh Penguins winger Jack Gunsel. Multiple asking price was multiple first-round picks. There's 6 in the Metropolitan right now. Penguins are struggling to contend for a playoff. He spent the first 7.5 years of his career with the Penguins. He's on an expiring contract. So it's basically just for now. Yeah, wow. 219 goals, 247 assists, 466 points in 503 games. The Penguins will miss his production. 22 goals, 33 assists, 52 points in 50 games. So that's probably going to help them. Hurricanes in second place behind the Rangers. So we'll see what happens. And this was kind of crazy. So Warren Sharp, I always see good stuff. Sharp football, wide receiver separation using next-gen stats, player tracking data. Devontae Parker rankings by year. This is separation. Wide receiver separation, next-gen stats. 2020 finished 132 out of 132 wide receivers. 2021, 127 out of 127. 2022, 122 out of 122. And this past year, where he had 33 catches for 394, 115 out of 115. No bueno. No bueno. You know, you got to get separation, and this guy's still in the league. So, amazing. Last 4 straight years, still in the, yeah, I thought that was. And they also agreed to terms with the former Steeler, Chukwuma Okarafor. 6'4", 320. He needed help. He's 27 in August, still in his prime years. He was benched last year in favor of rookie Broderick Jones at right tackle. Got a new team. Hey, change of scenery maybe helps him. We'll see what happens. Yeah, they said not a big deal. The Rams re-signed Kevin Dotson, 3 years, $48 million, $32 million guaranteed. He's staying for 3 years. That's a guy they said is a good guy to keep. Yeah, that solidifies the offensive line. How about Jalen Johnson? Goes from franchise tag to a new 4-year contract for $76 million, $54 million guaranteed, $28 million in the first year, and $60 million over the first 3. And he'll be 28 at the end of this deal. So think about that. He's going to be able to get another contract. One of the highest paid, over 19. The franchise tag was $19 million. Now he's got $28 million. He's just going to get up front in the first year, I would say, and he's going to make 54 the first 3. So hey, if he turns out to be the guy, he was named to his first Pro Bowl this past year, second team All-Pro, 4 interceptions, 10 pass breakups, and a forced fumble. Started all 53 games with the Bears. You got Montez Sweat on a 4-year, $98 million contract. You brought in Tremaine Edmonds last year on a 4-year, $72 million. I'd say that's pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah. And Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, 2-year extension, almost $14 million to stay with the Saints, $10 million guaranteed. He didn't make the postseason the last 2 years, but he's 81.2 or better defensive grades the last 2 years for Pro Football Focus. Top 10 in the safeties. And he was the only safety over 29 to land in the top 20. He's 32 in May, but hey, listen, he can play. He played at LSU. Yeah, he can retire where he began, which is kind of cool. Now, I thought this was kind of cool. There's always good stuff from this Ghosts of Orange Bowl. So it's 61st birthday yesterday for Orson Mobley, 81 graduate of Miami Palmetto High School. Greatest all-around high school athletes to ever come out of Miami-Dade County. Like Bo Jackson, he could play any sport and dominate. 6'5", 235, was all Dade County in football, baseball, and basketball. Also, although baseball was his best sport in high school, he was more suited for football. He chose Florida State on football scholarship and also played baseball. He played tight end his first 2 years, caught 1 touchdown pass. It came against the U at the Orange Bowl in '82. He was struggling off the field, flunked out of school. He later enrolled at tiny Salem College in West Virginia, where he was coached by Terry Bowden. His size and combination and speed caught the attention of NFL scouts. Drafted in the 6th round by the Broncos in '86, played 5 seasons in Denver, played in 3 Super Bowls. I'd say that's a pretty good run. He became a motivational speaker, and he currently resides in Jacksonville, where he works in the security industry and is also a uniform inspector for the NFL. Yeah, pretty cool. I thought that was pretty cool. I saw that. I was like, yeah, I like that. And the KC re-signed Drew Tranquill, who was on a 1-year deal this past year. Where do you play college ball? Oh, at Notre Dame. Yes. And he came over from the Chargers on 1-year deal for the fourth round pick, signed a 1-year, $3 million deal this past year. And yeah, I would say that's pretty good. So he got a 3-year, $19 million deal. He played 57% of the defensive snaps, 78 total tackles, 4.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. He was used in the divisional and AFC Championship game, 8 tackles in their win over Baltimore in the AFC Championship game, 17-10. So yeah. So that's pretty good. 3 years, 19 million with 13 million guaranteed. That's a guy. You listen, glue guys. You need glue guys. They said Leonard Williams are actively working to keep him before free agency begins. He played great. And they didn't shut the door on Jamal Adams or Quandre Diggs. Now, I've talked about this before. So Notre Dame, Jordan Faison, freshman sensation for Notre Dame football and lacrosse, spent Thursday spring football practice in observation mode. Marcus Freeman said, he's focused on right now. It's focused on lacrosse. Notre Dame's the defending national champs. 4 games, he scored 9 goals, 3 assists. Hey, what's up there, Rob? How you doing there, buddy? How's it going? So he has 9 goals, 3 assists, and they play the Dump tomorrow. He was the Sun Bowl MVP, leading candidate to play both slot receiver and punt returner. And John Wagle, the Notre Dame's director of sports performance, helped structure, the plan for Faison. They don't want to overwork him or sophomore linebacker infielder Drake Bowen, who was a reserve on the baseball team, and he scored a run early this season. He got hurt in the first practice, which was kind of interesting. Not that the team was watching him play baseball. He said, "Well, he's the linebacker. He's one of us." And I think it's cool that you got 2 guys that are playing multiple sports at Notre Dame. I thought that was cool. We're going to have Fox games on Friday night this year. Chris Vanini said Fox will have Friday night college football games all season this year, featuring Big 10, Big 12, and Mountain West. So Friday Night Lights is not only high school football. It's going to be everything. Oh, hey, looks like we got some people here. And I don't know. I can't see any of the people that are. Yeah, I can't see the people who are on. I don't know. Yeah. If they're on, I don't know where they are. Yeah. I think everybody's busy. That's okay. And it was interesting that I heard about Chip Kelly. This is what I was reading, that there was, he was more of a CEO at UCLA. And during the bowl game, he got to coach a little more. And he told his wife, he's made enough money that he says he likes coaching more than being the head coach. And that's why he took the offensive coordinator job with Ohio State, which I thought was kind of interesting. So they're taking a bunch of threes. Jesus Christ. He went right around the lane, and they're just going to keep shooting. Oh, wow. Hey, it worked. It worked. So Minnesota's down by 1 with 2:16 left. Minnesota's a good team. And All-Star game is in Phoenix. And the Nets lost yesterday to the Pistons, who Monty Williams finally decided that in the second half, if Ivy was down, then Cade Cunningham, and he played more together the second half, and they got a big lead and held on to win by 6 over the Nets yesterday. Cade Cunningham they both had over 30 points, and the Nets lost in Detroit yesterday, and Detroit went over 10 wins, right? 10 wins, right? Pistons they are currently, let me see what Pistons are 10-52. The Wizards are 10-53. They are both 38 games plus out. Yeah, crazy. Denver is canceling their future White House visit because they're playing the Wolves, which is for home court advantage. So, Rob, I would say that Alamaru, We got to have you enough. Why don't you come on? Let's talk some basketball. When you have some time, please come on. Let's talk some basketball. Please. But what was I going to say to you? Yeah, he was wondering if they're going to coast the rest of the season. If they're going to miss going to the White House, I would say that the Nuggets are playing for more than they're not coasting on anything right now. Yes. And Barkley said Doncic's numbers should go down in order for Mavs to win. Hey, you know what? It happens. So they won last night. They beat the Heat. So the Knicks. Oh, and the T-Wolves take the lead with 58.1 seconds left. And Victor Wembanyama's 16-year-old brother is already 6'8", Oscar. And he's only played 2 years. He won a national title in France. He's not going to be as tall as his brother, but 2 years of basketball now. He's already won an under 15 national title in France. Jesus Christ. Imagine two brothers. So remember, Giannis had some brothers. They weren't as good. But Gasol brothers were good. Gasol brothers and Hernan Gomez's brothers weren't pretty good. But Gasol brothers, I would say, are pretty damn good. I'm trying to think brothers playing in the NBA at the same time. That's a good question. I know father-son, but the ones I think of is Gasol, Giannis's brothers. The Ball brothers, you know. Two brothers pretty damn good. I would say two brothers. Well, if you could get need, but pretty good players. Pretty good players. Yes. Yes, and Doncic, the first player Thursday night to have 4 straight triple doubles with 35+ points. Minnesota beat the Pacers yesterday. Virginia, the development in Alexandria for the Wizards and Capitals for right now has been cut. So we'll see what happens on the front with that. But right now, it might be in play, but right now we're not sure. And how about yesterday? This was crazy. I'm watching the first half. Well, I saw it on Twitter that at the end of the first half between Pepperdine and Pacific in the West Coast Conference, it was 58-9 Pepperdine at the half. 58-9. They won 102-43. They won by 59, which was the second most since Louisville beat Rutgers by 61 in the 2014 AAC tournament. 59. It was 58-9 at the half. So Pepperdine gets the win to move on. They are 13-9, and Pacific fell to 7-25, 0-16, 0-17 now for the season in the West Coast Conference. 0-17. Crazy, right? Yeah, and Oswald Peraza got hurt. Yankees recap says never saw the hype with him. He shoulder discomfort to Aaron Boone. After Tuesday and Wednesday, he's going to go and undergo imaging to determine the extent of his injury. He was out from February 25th until Tuesday with tightness in his shoulder. 23 was far from a lock to even make the team. So I guess we're going to see what happens on that front. And the Mets camp is that, the Scherzer contract and others will melt off the payroll next winter, is that they fully intend to take a run at Juan Soto. Okay. And Tyson Fury says he wants to fight Ngannou in the cage MMA match, which I think he's full of shit, but it's good to dream, right? It's good to say your piece, right? Funny. Yeah. Hell no. Steelers buzz with Russell Wilson. We shall see. Hardenstein 5 points. Hey, Brunson at 26. Who gives a shit, right? Wizards snapped 16-game losing streak. First win since January. Who the Wizards beat? Oh, and the Knicks started 8 for 9 from 3. Jesus. They beat Charlotte. Charlotte sucks. Let's check out the Knicks. Knicks won. Knicks won by in the least amount of points allowed this season. So the Knicks won. They are now 37-26. Orlando fell to 37-27. Knicks shot 48% from the field, 48.5 from 3, and Orlando 34% from the field, 6 for 26. Yeah, wow, out rebounded. Yeah, that's what I wanted. So let's see. We had a good game for Orlando, but really had Banchero had 23. Wagner had 13. Isaac had 11 off the bench. Yeah, I didn't think I saw even. Yeah, Anthony, 4 points in 25 minutes. I say that's a shitty game. Achua, 15 points, 14 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, and 5 blocks. Hardenstein had 5.6 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and 3. So between the two of them, 8 blocks. Brunson had 26. Hart had 19. DiVincenzo had 11. McBride led the bench with 14. All right. Hey, 37. All right. I like that. Got the win. That's all that matters, right? Get that goddamn win any way you can. So tomorrow, North Carolina Duke. Yes, finally here. 6:30 ESPN. Can't wait. Blues are at the Rangers tomorrow. Celtics at Suns. I guess that's a night game. And then we got UFC 2. What's UFC tomorrow? Sugar Shane O'Malley tomorrow. Yes. Right? Isn't that tomorrow? UFC 299. Yes. Sugar Shane O'Malley. I'll be watching that tomorrow night. Let me see. Who's Coyotes are up 3-0 on the Red Wings. And the people are on, but nobody's very quiet. Yeah. Nobody's I think they're on, but nobody's I think everybody's some people are listening and not listening. I don't know. Don't know on that. Let me see. So the Wild are up. Wild are up on the Avalanche. Got the women. Got some tournament. Duke beat Wake Forest in baseball. Indiana's up on Michigan in the Big Ten women's with 6:16 left in the third. Notre Dame beat Louisville. South Carolina beat Texas A&M. Undefeated. Baylor beat Texas Tech. Maryland beat Ohio State by 21. Number 4 in the country. That's a big. And Miami beat UNC and lost to Vatech. That sucks. And Nebraska beat Michigan State. NC State beat Duke. Yeah, Iowa 95-62. What did Caitlin Clark do today? Let me see. What did you do, Caitlin Clark? She had a 24. 5 for 19, 2 for 14 from 3, 24, 10, and 7. Great defense, though, man. They shut them down. Shut them down. Shut them up. Yeah, all right. So, that's it. Let me get to some trivia questions. All right. Last show's trivia question was down today. Yes, I did. Last show's trivia question was how many coaches have won a Super Bowl and Natty? Barry Switzer, Oklahoma Cowboys, Jimmy Johnson, Miami Cowboys, and Pete Carroll, USC and Seattle Seahawks. Today's trivia question is no, I already did that question. I couldn't delete it. That's why. So that's done. Yeah. Okay. LeBron James at 39 became the oldest player to record a 30-point, 20-rebound, 10-assist game by nearly 6 years. The previous oldest player to amass a triple-double of 30-point, 20-rebound, 10-assist was whom? Who had LeBron was the oldest at 39. Who was the oldest before him to have a 30-point, 20-rebound, 10-assist triple-double? That's my question for today. Rob, thank you. Almaru, thank you for being on today. Rob is home early. He has to work tomorrow, so I'm going to have to get some deets from him what happened. Thank you all. It's all, as usual, always great. And congrats, Anthony Joshua, man. What a game, dude. You kicked ass. All right, peace out, guys. Adios. Talk to you soon.